Awesome. Good to throw it around, to be around a bunch of guys that love football. It's fun, all the laughing and joking that's going on, and you can throw balls all you want on air, but to have a defense out there, it's my first pass was intercepted by Joe. So I just told Joe I did that on purpose to get him ready for the year.
Is this the first opportunity, obviously, to move on from the past and kind of start new? Is that the way that you're viewing it?
Yeah, I mean, we've come here a couple times with just some workouts and stuff, but this is kind of the first football thing. And to be able to come out here and put a helmet on and get under center and get snaps and throw to guys and go against the defense, it's kind of turning back into football again. It's fun.
Because you have a different cast of characters, are these OTAs maybe more important for you than past years?
It's pretty important. Like you said, whether it's young guys, and that's rookies, whether that's guys we brought from other teams. It definitely is a new kind of challenge, and that's what makes it fun too. You love the challenge, you love working with the guys, communicating. That'll be the biggest thing, I think, is communication. Being able to talk to guys and tell them exactly what I'm thinking and asking them. Like today with Creef, a couple times I was asking him, hey, did you feel good on your depth there? And just working different things out. So it's definitely going to take some big focus.
What do you think about some of the newer receivers you got in there?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm excited. Even guys like James, you see the work that he's done. Creef is doing some great things. You know what you're going to get in Juju. But it's fun because I get some of the guys I was just kind of eyeballing. Some of the new guys, you have to watch them. I don't get to throw to them necessarily, but to watch them work. And I threw one to the new guy too, the rookie. So that was fun.
Is Juju ready to be a number one receiver?
You have to ask him, but I think he is.
Are your plans different this time? Are you going to be? Last year you weren't at OTAs all the time. Are you going to be more often, I guess, this time around?
Yeah, I plan on it. Yeah, I think it's important, like we just said, with young guys, with new guys, to make sure that we're all on the same page and figuring out exactly what we need to win football games.
How long does that usually take, getting on the same page?
Hopefully before the first game we have it down. But I think that's part of what last weekend was. Some of the guys getting together, and I think a lot of people think it's just about football and understanding the depth and how to throw a ball to a guy, but sometimes you have to understand the person too. And when you can understand the person, you can figure out how they like certain passes and try and have fun together.
AB was critical of you on his way out of town. He said you had an owner mentality. What was your reaction to that?
I didn't even know what it meant, to tell you the truth, so I didn't really have much of a reaction to it.
And when you hear about the criticism, I know you said it was hurtful. How much did you take it to heart? And what, if anything, did you feel like you needed to change coming back?
As professional athletes, we always talk about thick skin, and naturally we have to have it to do what we do, to deal with all the things we have to deal with, from media to fans to opposing stadiums, all those things. But I'd be lying if we didn't say that it doesn't bother us at times. So much. It does start to hurt. It affects your family, and when it affects your family, then it can definitely affect you. So things bother you. You think about it, but you also have to understand that we live in an amazing country, that we have opinions and people can say what they want, and you just have to really focus on the guys that are here and just make sure that they're good, and everybody I've talked to is good with me. So
the way it affected you, would you feel like there was anything you had to take to heart and change about the way you approach the game?
Well, I think,
in the locker room or on the field?
I honestly think, like I said, it's about, you're talking leadership and you're talking relationships. This sport, relationships change on a yearly basis because guys are here and gone, and so you have to do your best to try and realize what it takes for each guy to develop the best relationship you can. And when it comes to leadership and things like that, we didn't make the playoffs last year. We didn't win our division, so I lacked in leadership, because that's my job as the leader of this team, is to get us to the playoffs. So I'm going to need to focus and refocus my energy and time on how can I be a better leader to get us back to the playoffs.
What does the process look like?
Being here, just being with guys and communicating and trying to be the best I can be, and hope I can lead them.
Ben, you talked about taking things season by season, but you did sign a contract extension last month. What was sort of the thought process behind that, and is it still sort of every January, February you're going to reevaluate?
Well, I think all the behind-the-scenes stuff, I was not involved with any of that, but 3 years is what I've committed to the Steelers, and I've always honored my contracts, and I'm going to continue to honor it. So I know I talk about season by season because of injuries. There's things that you just can't foresee. But in terms of my commitment to the Pittsburgh Steelers, it's 3 years, and I'm going to honor that.
When you look at the talent that's here, there's obviously going to be some people thinking, well, the Steelers are bound to take a step back.
What do you see?
I'm excited. I'm excited. I think that I think we got a great team. I think we've got a bunch of guys that are buying into each other, and that's what it takes to win football games.
Would you have to see yourself as having to maybe spread the ball around a little bit more? Is that something that's already crossed your mind?
I think that's part of my game kind of anyway. We go into a lot of games and you come out of it, a lot of guys caught balls. So that's kind of the way I play the game anyway. I try and throw it to a little bit of everybody, just whoever's open. But we'll just always continue to play the game the way that I know how and see where it goes from there.
That includes working with Juju. I got you. He's going to get coverage.
He's going to, and he's going to have an awesome challenge ahead of him for this year, and I think he's ready for it.
Not just with your leadership, but with the other guys that you mentioned as leaders. Has there been a little bit of a circle the wagons mentality on this team, given what transpired in the offseason?
Yeah, probably a little bit. I think everyone, was it wrong? Like I said, I'm not on the social media stuff, but I think it was Ramon and Pouncey or something that came out and said that, listen, if you have something to say, come say it to us. And I think that's kind of the mentality we've all have taken. That listen, we've been attacked from all different angles this year, this offseason. So we just need to stick together and have each other's backs.
How did you process how things ended with AP, a guy you were with for nearly a decade?
It was hard to process it because I never knew anything. The last time we spoke was on Thursday before the last game. We hugged. We had a great talk. Everything was good, and so I knew nothing. So it was hard for me to know anything. And then I heard from a third party that there were issues. So I reached out to him many times, sent him texts, sent him calls. And this is all before the season was over, and never heard back. So I could never really find out what was going on. So for me, that's why it was so confusing. I didn't know where it came from. I mean, the week before was the Saints game, right? I mean, he had an unbelievable game. So I never really saw any of it coming. I would have loved to have had the chance to talk to him, and that's why I said yesterday, whatever I did to offend him, I apologize for it. I tried to do that in person and talk to him, but he just wouldn't allow me to.
Was it hard to sit back in the offseason and not respond to the things that you had said?
Yeah, I mean, it's always tough. It's easier when you don't do social media. That's just not my thing. But like I said, I think the biggest thing for me in the offseason was, for a lot of the offseason, I thought he was coming back, right? No one really knew what was going to happen. So I anticipated that we would have a chance to get together to talk because I thought he'd be back on this team. And then once he was gone, that's not my style, is to come out and say anything. So I just focused on the guys that we have here and moving forward, and that's what's most important for me now.
How do you plan to approach, on your radio show and about players?
Well, I haven't fully committed to doing it yet, and if I do commit to doing it, I'm going to do everything I can to make it the best and not offend anybody.
Ben, did Kevin's when he said Ben has 52 kids? I mean, we were in the room with him when he said it to us, and it raised our eyebrows a little bit. I'm just sort of curious what your response to that was. And were you like, I already have 3? I'm kind
of I took it more as I'm like he thought I was really old. That's the way I took it. Is like I'm really old, and I was like, thanks, Kevin, make me feel even older now. So I didn't take it as serious kind of as other people did. And yeah, 3 kids is enough, not 52. Anything else, you guys? All right, you guys, thank you. Have a good one.